Hi, it's Mix here, and in today's video, we're doing a little bit of a different video. So as you guys just saw, I just pulled in the Yamaha Breeze. This thing's definitely been sitting for a little bit, but I have some big plans for this thing. And a company named Out Auxbeam recently reached out to me and asked if I want to test out some of their products, review and do a little install. So I said, let's do it. And I just got in the mail some new stuff we're going to be putting on the Yamaha Breeze. Now this thing is pretty much completely stock. I mean, we rebuilt the engine. Other than that, it is completely stock, and it needs something else, because I do plan on really wanting to ride this thing more, especially at night. And this thing has a headlight, stock OEM Yamaha headlight, and it really does not cut it. So Auxbeam went ahead and sent me out some of their lights, and we're going to unbox it here, check it out, and see how good it works. Always love a sticker. It's got like glitter in it, nice and reflective. It's actually pretty cool. So don't mind the engine parts from last video, but they sent me out the 4-inch work light in the pod version. It's got these really nice step-by-step instructions on different ways to install them. They sell a bunch of other stuff too, so definitely go check them out. In the description of this video, there will be a link to this product and their page. Definitely go check it out, because so far what I can see, it looks pretty good, but we'll just have to put their product to the test. Came with, a little wiring harness here so we can wire it up. But these are definitely really sick looking, and should definitely light up the trails, that's for sure. And we got two, so once they're both installed, later tonight we're going to fire up the quad and see how it does at night, because it's probably going to be a little bit hard to tell in the daytime, but who knows? They could still light up pretty good during the day. So I'm going to be installing these on the front of the quad, probably right here on this little bash bar. So what you're going to need is some wire. Unless your battery's close enough to where you want to put it, you could just probably use these wires and, crimp on some connections for the battery. But luckily I have a bunch of wire right here, and what I need to do is get a little wiring harness together to run it all the way up front. The battery's right here under the seat. If you guys can't tell already, I just wiped this thing all down for the video. Had a bunch of moss growing on it, but it cleans up really good, because we got to get this thing looking as good as possible if we're going to put some new stuff on it, that's for sure. So what I think I'm going to do first is begin drilling and mounting up the lights first, and then we could go ahead and worry about the wiring and everything like that. I just want to get them all in place, make sure that they are where I want them to be, and then we'll do the electrical part. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is just basically put these where I think I'm going to want them. Now I can put them this way or this way, which is kind of nice. I think I'm going to position them down just because I don't want them to, block the Yamaha or anything, even though it is half ripped off. But you definitely want to be able to see where you're going in front of you on the trails and stuff, so I think this is just a better position to put it. So I'm going to get both of them out, mark where I need to drill, make sure it's nice and even on both sides, just so they're not, uneven in the front and looks weird. And then we'll just drill the 2 holes, slide in the bolts, tighten everything down, and really simple install, and then we'll get to the wiring. So since these lights are exactly 4 inches, what I'm going to do is just measure roughly how wide this is, so about 9 inches wide, and I'll mark it on basically 1/4 of 9 inches and 3/4 of 9 inches, so it's very even. So now that we have the areas marked, I'll go ahead and begin drilling. Alright, so now that the holes are drilled, I'm going to remove this 13mm nut off of this 14mm bolt and begin putting on the first light. So we'll just slide it on up in there, throw in the washer, and bolt it down. Alright, so I'm not going to go ahead and tighten it fully just yet until we got on the other one. Same procedure, just on this side. Alright, so as you guys just saw, I just went ahead and tightened down the top mount for the lights, and now I need to do the 10mm bolts on the side. I just need to adjust, where I want them to be, because that bolt controls, where it can swivel. So I'm going to try and face them as straight as possible, and then I'll clamp it down, and she'll be all tight and good to go. Alright, there we go. That's solid. Now we just do the same thing on this side. Alright, these lights are all mounted up. They look really good, not gonna lie. It matches the quad actually perfect. They're actually really, really nice looking. The color on them matches the quad perfect, so I'm really happy about that. But next, we just got to do the electrical. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to measure the distance from the lights to the battery, and then just get all my wire together, make it all organized and everything, and see, you know, the length I'm going to need. And then I'll crimp everything where I need it to be, put the battery connectors on, and I'm going to start from back here. I'm going to crimp them onto the provided little wiring harness on each light, and I'm going to join them into one harness just so it takes, you know, one switch to turn them on. And then we'll just clean up the wires, you know, zip tie them against the frame, and that'll be a completed install. We'll see how bright they are. Alright, so I just got my little wiring harness made. Obviously, you would probably want to use a full one-piece wire, but because of the coronavirus, it's really bad where I live. Pretty much everything's closed and it's hard to get supplies, so I'm working with what I got. It doesn't work completely fine, but for those of you at home, if you're following along to, you know, figure out how to do this, I would suggest just getting one big piece of wire all connected. So now I'm just going to splice together the harness provided on the light to my harness, and then once both sides are done, we'll run it back through to the positive and negative on the battery. Alright, so I just got my positive and negative all ran up. So now what I'm going to do is disconnect the battery, light in the wires for the lights. We'll see how bright it is right now. The sun is just completely out right now, so it's going to be a little hard to tell. But I mean, if they're actually really good lights, then I mean, sometimes you can really tell how good a light is during the daytime. Alright, so I'm actually going to put the camera up front for when we connect it to the positive, because it should light up if everything's ran correctly. Alright, here we go. Positive cable is going on the battery. Oh yeah. Dang. These are actually really, really good so far, but I'm excited to see how they are tonight. I have this little switch right here, and what I'm going to do is just take off two of the ends and throw this in here just so I don't have to turn it on by disconnecting and connecting it to the battery. So I have this disconnected right now just to do the switch for some safety, but we'll use these little connectors right here so then they can slide right onto the little prongs. And then once I'm done with this, I am going to just go through with some zip ties and clean up the wiring, and that'll be it. That'll be a finished installation. I just finished up getting all of the wires tucked up into the quad, and I also just finished up doing the switch. So as you can see, it's working great. I think I'm just going to leave it right here under the seat just for now, just because I don't really want to drill into this thing too much to mount the switch, but if I ever just want to turn on, just pop off the seat, easy enough, and just click her on. So that is it. That is a full install right there. That was super, super easy, and once again, I want to give a big thanks to Auxbeam for sponsoring today's video. You guys can go down in the description and use my link to help support the channel and get yourself some Auxbeam products. I mean, this is the first one I've ever had, and I mean, so far I'm pretty happy with it. We'll just see tonight, you know, how good it is when it really matters. So with that being said, I'll see you all in a couple of hours once nightfall comes. Alrighty guys, so it is a lot of hours later, and as you can see, it is now completely dark outside. Earlier before when I went, you know, when the sun just barely started to go down, it's still really light out, I just went ahead and tested. You can definitely see that it's still projecting pretty good onto the fence and trees and whatever's in front of me. But right now it's completely dark. We're going to put it to the true test and see how these Auxbeam 4-inch work lights really work. So it's going to be really dark when we get over there, obviously, but once we turn on those lights, we should be able to see just fine. Alrighty guys, so I'm standing by the quad. You can't even tell, but I'm about to flip on the headlights and let's see. Oh yeah! Oh my gosh, that looks awesome. That is real bright. Oh yeah. Let's take this thing for a quick swim. Not swim, spin. It's pretty late out, and this thing is insanely loud, but let's see. It's probably gonna get brighter once it's running too. Oh yeah, definitely brighter. Oh yeah, that is awesome. That's gonna work perfect on the trails. look awesome. Man, you can see like dust in the air and everything. Wow. Those are definitely some good lights. So guys, I am definitely really happy how those lights look. I mean, they seriously light up the whole backyard, and it goes for long distance. I mean, when I turned around, like everything really far away, all the way in the backyard was really lit up. So I'm really happy with that. The installation was super easy. Definitely go check out Auxbeam. Click the link down in the description, and definitely go check them out. Definitely go get yourself a pair of those, because I'm really happy with them. I've never used any type of Auxbeam products, but when they reached out to me, I said, let's do it, and I am very happy, and I'm definitely going to be getting some more stuff from them in the future for future builds. So once again, thank you Auxbeam for sponsoring today's video, but with that being said, I'm going to be ending off it here. Follow my social medias, they will be on the outro of this video. Instagram, Snapchat, I use the most. But thanks for watching, please subscribe, like, comment, share with the channel, and don't forget to check out the link in the description.